Okay, hi guys, and welcome to today's show. Today I'm going to be doing a top 10 of the best watches under $500. Now this video is based on a poll I held in the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, there is a link in the description. Now there's about 12,000 members. Not everybody voted. I think the poll was up for about 2 days, but this is the top 10 results. Now I have done this video before. I only did the top 5. I'm doing this video again because I really wanted to get feedback from the audience, you guys, especially the most vocal and active in the community from the Facebook group, and I really wanted to kind of base it on what you guys are buying, what you guys think is the best, rather than my opinion. Now, of course, out of my top 5, a lot of them made it in, some unexpected as well, so it's a really cool mix, but this is based on what you guys voted, so I think it's much more personal. One thing for me to say what is the best, but it's another for the loyal audience, commentators, supporters, to actually nominate and vote. So I'm very happy to bring this to you today. Before I get into this video, I've got to do a wristwatch check, and yes, I am pulling a Schwarzkopf. I know it's a little weird, but look, if I cared what people think, I wouldn't be on YouTube, you know. So yes, I have the Rolex GMT. This is my Pepsi on the Bond, as you can see there. If this thing will ever focus, come on, focus. There we are. So I've got it on the Bond, the old school Bond, as you can see, and then my little SKX. There you go. So pulling the Schwarzkopf. Now, if you're new to the show and you don't know what a Schwarzkopf is, basically it's named after Storming Norman. He used to wear Seiko SKX. And a day date. Now there is a bit of a debate if the day date was a Tudor or a Rolex. Now from the pictures it's a two-tone, so my money is on it being a Tudor because I don't think Rolex did a two-tone day date. However, the pictures, you know, it's difficult because the pictures, you know, is it two-tone, is it solid gold? Anyway, guys, if you know the definitive answer, please do share in the comments. In honor of Storming Norman, General Norman Schwarzkopf, hence Schwarzkopf. So yeah, now I know it is a bit strange, but look, life is short, and I love both of these watches to such an extent. I get twice as much fun and enjoyment. Okay, so wristwatch check done. Let's roll the intro and get into today's video. So we'll start at number 10 and we'll count down, and it is of course the Seiko SARB035. This is the cream dial version of the 033. What can I say about this watch? It is gorgeous. You know, the build quality, it's a Japanese domestic model. It's a 38mm size, so it pleases a lot of people. Inside we have the Seiko SARB035 caliber, which is one of my favorite Seiko movements. Sapphire on the front, we have hard legs on the back. It comes on a steel band, very nicely done. If you don't want to spend a ton of money but want something elegant that has that kind of feeling of a grand Seiko, this is the way to go. Beautiful dial with that very subtle minute and second strap running around the outside, the batons, those dolphin hands, beautiful. I mean, what more could you want? 100 meters water resistant, signed crown, all the rest of it. It's very robust. I love this movement. Well, of course, we've got 50 hours power reserve in there. I'm really glad it made it in the list. It's an outstanding watch. You know, we got the date there as well. Very clean, very tastefully done. It's something that will last you a lifetime. In my opinion, I think this 033, the black dial, is a little bit more versatile when it comes to dressing up, but that's just, you know, that's a taste, a matter of taste, really is. So let's move on. Number 9, and now this is quite interesting. I didn't expect it to make it into the top 10, but I can certainly see why. And this is, of course, the Hamilton Khaki Field Automatic. This has the ETA 2824-2 in it, of course, 40-hour power reserve. Very tastefully done field watch, classic Hamilton. You know, this is a Swiss made. Do we even have to go into the history? A great, great brand. I think they're owned by the Swatch Group now, but regardless, they still have that heritage to them. We have the 24-hour GMT scale in there, 100 meter water resistant, has got a display case back, date at the 3 o'clock position. I love that little dash of red on the end of the seconds hand. Probably is one of the best field watches out there. You know, I think on a leather band, on a NATO, it just screams military. It really does. It's a fantastic watch. Also, it's only 11 millimeters thick, so it's extremely comfortable. How tall is the SARB? Let me just check. Yeah, 11 millimeters. Yeah, so the SARB at 033 and the Khaki about almost the same. The Khaki just a smidgen thinner. Sapphire crystal, of course. Those clear Arabic numerals. It's just it's a gorgeous watch, and I'm really glad it got in there. So number 8, and this, another Seiko, and you're going to see a lot of Seikos in this list, but it has to be the Seiko Cocktail Time, or its reference is the SARB065. This is slightly bigger than the other SARBs. It's a 40mm watch. Again, we have the caliber 6R15, but what makes this watch so striking is that ice blue sunburst effect dial with those radiating rays coming out. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I only wish it was a smidgen smaller, but for a lot of people 40mm is the sweet spot. I think it would have been a little bit more elegant had they have made it 38, but that's my opinion again anyway. It's thicker this time, and this was my only kind of negative when I reviewed it. Oh, by the way, haven't reviewed the Khaki Field Watch, but I've reviewed the SARBs, and I have reviewed this as well. So have a look in the archives. Now, my only issue was that it is 13mm thick. It kind of undermines its elegance a little bit, because this is at the end of the day a dress watch. Dress watches, you want to have them thinner, slide under the cuff. Having said that, it's still a fantastic watch. Those applied markers, that little blued second hand is just, it's just pure class, guys. I just wish it was a bit smaller. But anyway, it looks great on a crocodile strap. Outstanding. So that's number 8. What have we got at number 7? Well, here we go. You guys voted the Tissot Visodate. Now, this comes in a variety of colors. You can get it in the gold tone and stainless steel, of course. There's a black dial and the silver dial, or well, it's more of a white. My opinion is the silver dial, the white dial is better, because the sapphire doesn't have very good, I don't think it has any AR coating on it actually. The black dial was very, very reflective. That's the only minus. Inside we have the ETA 2836-2. This is a 40mm dress watch with the day and date complication. I've also reviewed this. I jeweled it against the SARB, of course. The SARB won, and I caught a little bit of flack for saying that the movement, the 6R15, is better than this ETA. Now, guys, I didn't really explain myself enough. The thing about the Seiko movement, yes, the ETA has a higher vibrations per hour, and the sweep is smoother and all the rest of it, but you've got to remember, guys, it vibrates more, so it's more friction on the movement. And at the end of the day, that Seiko has a 50-hour power reserve. What Seiko did, they extended the hairspring. They made it a little bit longer. It's also in-house, whereas the ETA isn't. It's Tissot didn't make ETA, obviously. So I gave extra points to the Seiko. That Seiko movement is proven. You can go 15 years without servicing. That's the pedigree, that's the heritage that movement is developed on. So that's why I rated the Seiko movements better. But having said that, this is a solid ETA in here. Very tastefully done. It's got its own unique characteristic with that 1930s italicized Tissot, referencing Tissot's amazing heritage. This is a great entry-level Swiss timepiece. Case is very much 1950s. So it's a heritage piece. Well, that's hence Tissot Heritage Visodate, hence the name. I would have loved to have it a little bit smaller, But I say again, like the preview, like the cocktail time, 40mm is, you know, a crowd pleaser. Outstanding watch. I've reviewed it. It's fantastic. No loom on it, however. Okay, so that was number 7. Moving on, number 6. Now, this is a watch, probably the only watch I have not had experience of, and this is the Seiko Turtle Prospects. And this is the new, the re-release. Inside we have the 4R36 movement. This is a 24 dual automatic movement from Seiko, of course. Reference is SARB035. The name Turtle, it comes from the shape of the case. It has this very cushioned case. Now, this is the latest in a long line of Seiko Turtles or dive watches from Seiko. Going back, you only have to look at Apocalypse Now and you'll see the ancestor of this piece. It's a great watch. It's a tool watch. It's very unique to Seiko. They have the Lumibright, which fantastic loom in there. My only concern is the 45mm size. It's not going to be for everybody. However, I've heard it wears fairly well, but I can't really talk about this piece because I haven't had it in the flesh. And you guys know I can't pass judgment on a watch unless I've worn it, I've seen it, I've tried it on, or I know somebody that has it. You know, it's basic stuff, right? I'm not going to talk about things I have no experience of. It'd be like me reviewing a car I've never even driven, right? So, however, from a outside perspective, I can certainly see the appeal. This particular version has gilded gold hands. I love the contrast of the gold lettering and the black. Very, very cool indeed. And it's a great step for Seiko, certainly. But the only thing that's putting me off is the size. Otherwise, I'd probably get one myself. But anyway, so that was number 6. Okay, number 5. Now, I haven't got any specification in front of me, and that's because it was used Amigas. Now, I did a video all about it. I'll add a card thing or whatever they're called. It'll be up there, somewhere up there. It'll pop up. I did a video on looking at eBay, what to look out for. You can get some fantastic watches from Amiga automatics. The Geneve especially is my pick of the bunch. Very tasteful, plain, classic dress watches. You only have to look at Mad Men. Very, very elegant. Usually with the 500 series movements in them. You could probably pick up Seamasters as well. What is it? The Cosmic. If you're lucky, an Amiga Dynamic, maybe, perhaps. Might be a little bit scarred up, but you can get the deals. They are out there. So the Amiga Geneve is at number 5. And it's an Amiga. I mean, this is a luxury brand, under $500. So if you want to know more, what to look out for, and recommended sellers, all the rest of it, because you have to get it used, have a look at that video right there. It's a great way, probably the best way, to add a luxury timepiece with such heritage, a Swiss luxury timepiece with such pedigree and heritage from Amiga, from the glory days of Amiga, before they all went a bit pear-shaped in the 70s. But the real heyday was the 60s. So check out that video. So that is at number 5. Okay, so moving on. What is at number 4? Well, I'm actually wearing it, and yeah, this is one of the particular flavors of SKX, the Seiko SKX. Yeah, a little bit dated by today's standard because of the movement. Inside we have the 7S26. Some say the Turtle is the replacement of the SKX, but doesn't have the same feeling, doesn't have that charm, doesn't have that legacy, doesn't have that iconic status. Watch All Is Lost with Robert Redford wearing one of these and you get it. It's a fantastic, respected dive watch by professional divers, by watch connoisseurs. You always see, you'll see the high-end collections, and with like Rolex, IWC, Amigas, maybe a AP, a Jaeger-LeCoultre, and then in the corner you will always see, most of the time, a little SKX there with the big boys. It has that appeal, it has that respect. I've done countless videos about it. Infinitely moddable, extremely reliable. These things go forever. Built like a tank, nothing fancy, but these are great movements. The 09 and the 07 are 42mm, but they wear like a 40. I've gone for the little 38mm 013. This is my modded version, very subtly modded. Great watches. I mean, need I say more? You know, I'm gonna shut up about the SKX because you guys probably get fed up of me going on about it. But look, I'm always gonna have an SKX. They are, well, if it was my list, it'd be number one. But anyway, it's not my list, it's your list. So moving on, number 3. Now this actually probably would be in my number 3 as well. And that is the Hamilton Khaki King. Inside we have the ETA 2834-2 38-hour power reserve. Became a bit of a cult watch because it was worn by Hugh Laurie. My American audience will know him from that show House. My British audience will know him from Jeeves and Wooster, Blackadder, his collaborations with Stephen Fry. You know, a great comedian. But it's funny, over here he's like a respected actor, but he was a comedian first. Amazing, talented guy. I admire him tremendously. But he wore one on House. It's become kind of iconic. It's a field watch, very similar to the previous Hamilton we talked about earlier, but it has the day complication at the top. Slightly breaks up the dial, but it's a fantastic watch. It's 40mm, but actually wears like a 38. I've got to say, sapphire crystal, of course. Classic field watch dial layout with the 24-hour markers. Slightly more texture and variation on the dial. I think it's a step up from the Khaki we mentioned earlier. 50 meters water resistance, however, this time. I'm not sure why it's got less water resistant than the other one. 11mm in thickness again, and yeah, it is a field watch, but you put this on a crocodile strap and it becomes quite dressy. Very functional, very reliable, solid watch. You got that Hamilton Swiss-made heritage. I love Hamilton. I mean, Elvis Presley wore a Hamilton, the Ventura. I mean, you know, it's a great brand. I love Hamilton. I actually owned this particular watch before I started the channel. It was featured in one video, my very first EDC, and I sold it stupid. I should have kept it after that video, and I never reviewed it, and I'm just like, oh. But anyway, there you go. Fantastic watch, very tastefully done. Classic watch. Yeah, definitely my top 3 as well. Okay, moving on, number 2. Now this is quite a surprising watch because of its dial color. So at number 2 we have the SARB017, another Japanese domestic model. Again with the 6R15 movement in there, which is one of my personal favorites. Very reliable, very robust. Also known as the Alpinist. It's a explorer watch designed for mountaineers in Japan. They have a long tradition of it. In fact, actually the Alpinist, there's a whole website devoted to this watch. It comes from a long lineage of explorer mountaineering watches. It's essentially a field watch, but with a compass for exploration, built in with a second crown with a rotating bezel, and it has this striking sunburst green dial. I thought would actually turn a lot of people off. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. Beautiful gold tone applied markers, but green is not, it's not like blue or black or a cream dial or a silver dial that seem to be more popular. Even orange dials are more popular than a green, so it's quite unexpected. Classic, gorgeous, unique design. Its elegance has shined through, just like the dial really. It's designed for mountaineering, but it's very dressy. It's a great size as well, at 38mm. It's beautiful, and 200 meters water resistant, so it's a tough little cookie. So it looks pretty, but it's tough, you know. Don't let its looks deceive you. It's but actually I'd probably wear it as a kind of tool dress watch hybrid, really. If you understand the lineage of the Alpinist watches, you kind of understand why it has that elegance to it. Great loom on the cathedral hands, slightly kind of semi-skeletonized. It's beautiful. With it's just you know, when I reviewed it, it was one of the most difficult watches to send back. I really didn't want to say. Japanese domestic model, of course. But you can get them from Long Island Watches, and amazing watches, just gorgeous. They always sell out as well because they're in demand. But I would never expect a green dial like that to be so popular. Just a testament to how well designed it is, really is. Okay, so what is number one? Well, I own this watch and it won by a landslide, and it is of course the SARB033. It could only be the Seiko SARB033. And actually, again, we have the 6R15 in there, 50 hours power reserve, robust, blah, 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 23 joules, all the rest of it, hand winding, hackable, just like the others we mentioned. 100 meters water resistant. Same exact watch as the 035, just with a black dial. And this really makes it look even more like a Grand Seiko. It has that Grand Seiko shape. I think the black dial just makes it appeal to a wider audience. I love the oyster style bracelets, a little bit sporty. It's a bit like the Datejust, really. It's the ultimate affordable alternative to the Datejust, certainly. We have again those beautiful Dauphin hands, that little needle second hand, just gorgeous. Applied logo, baton markers, very good lume considering it is so small. We got the date at 3 o'clock, exactly the same as the cream dial version that was at number 10, I think it was, but this is just the black dial, and it seems to be the crowd pleaser. I think its 38mm size as well has made it very, very versatile for a lot of wrists and helps to keep it maintain its elegance. 11mm thick, certainly perfect as a dress watch, but has that robustness that Seiko offer with these movements. I mean, what more could you want? Fantastic watch. It's definitely one of my highest rated reviews that I've ever done. It's a watch that a day doesn't pass where I don't get a comment or a question about the SARB033. It's just a winner. Take the bracelet off, put it on a crocodile strap, and it looks $1 million. And that black dial, I think, makes it work with a greater variation of colors. You can put it on a salmon pink crocodile strap, or a I don't know, a green, emerald green, lizard green. Just looks absolute pure class, and it has very little things wrong with it. I mean, if anything. Anyway guys, that is the top 10. Need I say more? I mean, a little bit predictable, but worth repeating, especially as, you know, this is a price bracket that a lot of people request for. You know, this is, most people, when they're looking for a watch, they want something under $500. So I had to do this list, and it's great to have the feedback from the community. That way I can really take on board what you like and what you recommend, as well as my own recommendations. And I'm very happy that a lot of my favorite watches have got in there. If you want to check out the full results of the poll, just go to the Facebook group down below, type in the search, type in poll $500, it will pop up, and you can see, I mean, the Seiko Sumo was at number 11, Steinhardt Ocean Military was at number 13, I think, the Seiko Munster, a lot of Seikos. The Orient Black Ray too, quite surprising, that came in at 17th. So no Orients in the top 10, but anyway, they did make it in there. But guys, this is what you guys voted for, so thank you for everybody who took part. Fantastic. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to add your thoughts, queries, questions, opinions, all the rest of it down in the comments below. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful. And as always guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.